Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. You know, there are a lot of strange things going on in the world today. We don't have to be reminded of that, though every morning when we wake up, we are reminded of that. I'm sure we often ask ourselves why, but a lot of times we might not focus on it that much. And we might ask ourselves why about that as well. Well, usually it's because it's somebody else. As long as it's somebody else, we usually say, thank God it wasn't us. Thank God the storm passed us over. Thank God it didn't come our way. Well, the storm came somebody's way. The problem ended up on somebody's door. It might not have been yours, but it ended up on somebody's door, and they probably had nothing to do with it. So the chances indicate that if we don't be careful, whatever caused it to end up on their door just might cause it to end up on our door. I believe last night or this morning I heard somebody talking about Kroger. I think that might have been the name of a supermarket, grocery store. And people were doing some shopping, and somebody came in there and turned loose, firing, hitting. I mean, what is this that would cause people to be so heartless? They would just walk in and indiscriminately just start taking people's lives, scaring them to death if they don't get caught by a bullet. The same thing that happens on the streets. I remember growing up as a kid, they didn't have too many movies and stuff except westerns. And we would watch cowboys, and being a kid living out in those desolate areas, we played a game, cowboys and Indians, pretending like we were riding horses and getting cap pistols for Christmas. And playing the game. But now turn the cameras on the streets and you see guys running out of buildings or jumping out of cars, chasing people down the street, just indiscriminately shooting. What's wrong? There's a lot of pain in the world today. And it seems as if whatever we're doing, if we're doing anything, it's not getting rid of, it's not negating at all the pain that people are experiencing. You can say, I can see it, the pain, the suffering that's coming from the floods, that's coming from the fires, that's coming from the volcanoes, it's coming from everywhere. Thinking about the people whose kids are standing at a bus stop, somebody drive by, shoot them. That's a lot of pain. And we don't really think about doing something about it. We'll talk about it, but we don't really think about doing something about it until it hits home. And when it hits home, it's too late. So it seems as if smart people or wise people would do something about it. Now, we say that these kinds of actions, negative actions against humanity, have been taking place since the beginning of time. And since my time, it definitely has. And the scriptures want to take us back to 6,000 years, and at least from that 6,000 or 7,000 by now, you would imagine that, hey, it's happened since that first start. And that was supposedly in the garden. And if we go back further than that, 25,000 years, however, a million years, and human beings were there, wherever human beings were, it started. There is no question about that. Here's the big question is this: how do you change this? I'm a social scientist. I'm not lettered that much. I've lived quite some time, and I've paid attention, and I've focused on things, and I've always had a mindset to see the peace and prosperity that I would, for myself, be spread to everyone else. And I paid attention. So If I were to evaluate the pain and suffering that exist, I would call that a response to the way our system operates, the pain and suffering it creates, and as a consequence of that, these activities, this craziness we see, that's a result of that. So to get rid of one is to get rid of the other. There's no patching up. So I would say, if anybody said, Eddie, as a social scientist, what would you recommend? It would be the same thing that I would recommend if somebody said, Eddie, as spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people, what would you recommend? It would be the same thing. And that is that we change the way we do stuff. We start treating people right. Now, if you want peace, treat people right. If you want to be prosperous in your life, treat people right. If you want to be free, treat people right. You want to have joy in your life, treat people right. If you want your dreams to come true, treat people right. And if you want your needs, your wants, and your desires met, treat people right. So how do you do that? Well, what must you consider? What do you really consider? Well, the number one thing that's common amongst every human being on the face of the earth is survival. Now that survival entails food and clothing and shelter and education and health care and anything else they want to come up with, transportation, infrastructure, and so on and so forth. And everybody's benefiting from this, and yet all of the resources that's used to do these kinds of things are free. No man-made oil, no man-made steel, no man-made iron, no man-made gold, no man-made minerals such as that which are natural. It's a given. And since all of us would benefit from it, there's only one fair way, and that is for everyone to participate in the manifestation of the production of these things that I just mentioned. And how do you engage yourself? You choose a career that gives you your greatest joy. You can't beat this, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dream come true. I ask you, why don't we try something like that? Ain't nobody got time to shoot. Why? Because they're doing what they came on earth to do. They're contributing. They're playing a role in life. The storms can sit back and take a rest. The fires can be still. The earth can stop quaking and settle. We never tried this before, not in my lifetime. I don't even think it's been considered. I'm sure it's been considered in some lifetimes. But you don't read about them too much. I heard about a movie called The Brave New World. I'm sure I've heard some people talking about utopia. But it's talk. Look, the ugliness is not talk, it's real. And it hurts. If it's not hurting you, it's hurting somebody. And so you don't have to wait till they come home before you realize it's true. I'm asking all of us, let's take a change. Let's make a change. Let's do something. Let's do something in our lifetime. I don't care how young you are. If you're old enough to think, I don't care how old you are. If you still got your mind. You know, I realize some of us lose our minds when we get old. But if you still got your mind, think about doing something that's worthwhile. What is worthwhile? You being happy. And what is you? Oh, you is 8 billion people. Come on, folk. It's simple. It's simple. Now, let me get on fixing my breakfast. Today I'm going to try something different. I'm going to make a pancake made with some tuna. You know, my daughter Reese, she got me in this kind of stuff. I mean, Reese saw me cooking, and I don't know why she got attached to it, but she loves cooking. And while I'm cooking now traditional stuff, she tries all kind of new stuff. And my menu, when I'm cooking nowadays, the people used to sit at the table and just enjoy, as Marcus Jr. would say, enjoy. Now when I sit at the table cooking my meals, I'm sitting alone. They're not enjoying, but I am. But when Reese cooked, I mean, everybody sits and eat. I think the thing that really got me, she's away now in school, but the thing that got me, I mean, it really got me, is not too long ago before she left, she cooked lasagna. Now, you can imagine I've eaten lasagna all my life, but I've never, ever eaten any lasagna that was that tasty. Woo! And she made it from scratch, even made the dumplings herself. Man, I'm telling you, if she stays around, I got a feeling the world got a great gift. So, each of you are the same kinds of gifts. Know this. And consider what I just said. Let us make a change in this world. Let us do this. Let us not talk about what they did. Let us not talk about the past and all the ugliness. We don't forget it. We remember it. But let us not dwell on it. Let us make a change. And let us be the one to do it, not expecting someone else to. Till next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.